Hello friends, welcome back to my channel. I really appreciate you watching this video, and in today's video I'm going to paint William Marshal to use in the Barons' War. So I'm going to paint both the foot model and also the mounted knight. So I've just got an old paintbrush here, and I'm just going to dry brush all the metals, so the chainmail, the sword, helmet, and that sort of thing. So by doing it first, if I do actually go over any of the coloured sections, I can just paint over the silver. So just going to dry brush, try to keep as much black as I can. With the green, I paint all the flat areas which are pointing towards the sky, and so I try to leave the shadow areas still black, just so I don't have to go back in and do a wash. I may have to touch this up. It looks like I've got to do 2 coats anyway, so I may have to come in and just touch them up a little bit there. When you're doing straight lines, I find that if you thin the paint, it's easier to do a line. It's harder to do a line when like if you're trying to do a straight line, like halfway down his clothes here. It's harder to do a straight line if your paint is thick. It's just something to bear in mind. The green required 2 coats over the black, and I'm going to guess that the yellow will also require 2 coats. Sometimes with the colors that don't cover very well, it's best to paint down white first, or a lighter color, like maybe a light gray or something like that, light brown maybe, before you paint over these lighter colors. In this case, I'll just probably put 2, possibly even 3 coats of the yellow, just to make sure that I've got good coverage. You can see there that the black is still shining through. After doing a bit of research last night, I discovered that the transfers go over white shields, so I'll have to paint over my straight lines that I did. That's okay, it's good practice. Okay, now I'm going to paint the all the leather bits, so all the brown bits of his gear. Now I'm going to start off painting it all dark brown, and some of it I will highlight in a lighter brown, and some I will keep dark brown. And this is where I can paint over the glove that I painted in a metallic color when it's a leather glove. Hopefully nobody noticed. Because I had to put 3 coats of yellow over the black, just so I had good coverage, it's actually got rid of quite a few of my shadows. There's still a few in there, but they're not so pronounced now. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go in and paint the shadows in there. Now I've got I'm going to use purple, and the reason why I'm going to use purple for my shade color on the cloth is just to put a little bit of interest in the color scheme. So purple will be a good complementary shadow color for both the green and the yellow. So the way I'm going to go about it is just to dilute my purple paint, just a dark purple, and I'm going to actually physically paint in the shadows. Just using a little bit of diluted dark purple. I'll see if I can do this without the magnifying glass. So I'm just gently putting the color up that recess there. I'm not sure if that actually turns out on the camera very well. To do it again, and I should go down because I want the deepest shadow at the bottom, but it's just easier to go up. Okay, so put that shadow up in there. I'll just put another one on the yellow. So I'll come down the shadow here. Like, it'll be barely noticeable to the eye that it's purple, but you will be able to pick up a subtle difference there. So hopefully that looked okay in the camera. Yeah, hopefully you can see that. Well, I'll continue on with the whole model and we'll see how it looks. Okay, I've put purple into all the shadows. So hopefully that will look okay. You can see the purple there. Now you will be looking at the models across the table, so they won't be right up in your face there, but I will mute the colors by putting the base color back over just to enhance the base color, and then I'll put highlights, and that will also bring out the color more. So that's the William Marshall foot guy, and this is the mounted. So I've gone and I've put purple in the into the shadows here too. So in the bottom of the horse's surcoat, I don't know if it's called that or his coat anyway. Um, I'll put it along the edge a little bit there too, just to enhance the shadows a little bit. So that's all purple as well. So it's done by just glazing in the purple, and then in the deep shadows, I physically paint the purple in there, just so that the purple stands out a bit. So it looks not bad on the green. So, and it does stand out on the yellow. Now I will tone it all down. So I'll bring the yellow out more. Like I said, with putting the base coat back over, and then highlighting the ridges, and that'll help bring the yellows back out. And I also put, I don't know if you can see it there, but I also put um, purple on the red as well. So I've put purple in the shadows for the red. So hopefully that's not looking too bad. I'll get the base colors back on there and do a few highlights, and we'll have a look how it looks. Oh, also too, when I had a little bit of brown when I was doing the leather, you might have noticed that I slapped it down on the base. So as I'm painting any colors, if I have any left over, I'll throw it down on the base. I also decided to paint the horse white because I think it looks pretty cool with the hero, like a hero's type model riding a white horse. Bit cliche, but anyway, that was my preference for this model. So I've got a little bit of um, fine work to do, and so I'll do all the cloth, and yeah, we'll see how it looks in a minute. Hopefully those highlights are looking good there. They show up on the mounted model a lot more because of the larger surface areas. It's still a little bit wet, so it's a little bit shiny, but it'll dull down once it's dry. I think it looks pretty good. I'm quite pleased the way it turns out. Probably not too subtle with those shadows. I've finished all the finer detail on the models and put the transfers on the shields. Um, the transfers do actually say on the box for the Wargames Atlantic plastic shield. So the transfer's a little bit big for the Footsore metal shields. But I think they look pretty good. They just need a little bit of trimming up. So yeah, so like I said, I did all the trim, put a little bit of dirt around the edges of the horse's blanket or coat, whatever you call it, and finish off the grassing um, of the bases. Yeah, that looks pretty good. And this is the foot knight, foot model. I didn't notice until afterwards that this transfers on a slight angle. The center point isn't the center point of the shield. So yep, oops, too late now. Okay, but no, he looks pretty cool. I'm quite happy with that. I like how these two models have turned out. I think they're a great addition to my Baron's War collection, and yeah, there's many more videos coming up for the Baron's War. Well, thanks for watching this video. I really appreciate you watching my hobby blog. Um, if you enjoyed this video, could you please hit like and subscribe? It really does help small channels like mine to grow. If you would like to discuss any hobby techniques or painting techniques used in this video, uh, please ask a question or make a comment in the comment section, and I promise that I'll answer it. I really enjoy talking to fellow hobbyists about our great pastime. Well, thanks again, and until next time, happy gaming. Bye.